Hello everyone, welcome back to MATLAB programming course. I'm Hossein Tutunchi, and this is going to be the last video of matrix chapter. In this chapter we learned a lot about matrices, and we used very useful and actually the most important functions in matrix manipulation. And I am going to end the chapter with a very important topic on symbolic matrix calculations. The reason being is there are a lot of times that we are not working with numbers. We're dealing with symbolic calculations. We're dealing with variables. And therefore, we need to know how to work with MATLAB and solve the matrices symbolically. Fortunately, MATLAB is equipped with symbolic toolbox, and we're going to cover the matrix calculation symbolically today. So let me define our variables, sims x, a, and b. These are the variables that I'm going to work. Let's define a 2 minus x. I'm creating a 2 by 2 matrix, by the way, 3x cubed. And for the second row, let's go with 4x squared minus 3x and 9x squared plus 9x squared and plus 2. So this is going to be matrix A. And if you look closely, you see that MATLAB shows the symbolic matrices differently than what we learned, and also commas are used in order to separate elements. So let me calculate B. 2x minus x cubed 8x plus 1, and the second row is going to be x minus x cubed and 5x plus 8x cubed as well. Okay, so I created two matrices which are 2 by 2, and as you see, there are no numbers in there. They're all symbolic, and I'm going to show you that it's really easy for me to calculate, for example, the inverse of A. MATLAB has no problem to calculate the results symbolically, and also we can pass the pretty ants, and MATLAB just can show it very beautifully. Also, we're able to calculate the multiplication and pretty ants. Just the multiplication is shown, and all the parts that we learn throughout the course, we can just subtract them. We can make the summation like that. And as you see, we could get the results very easily. And let me clear the screen. We're able also to perform element by element calculation, and MATLAB is able to create the results very intuitively. We're also fully able to investigate all the parts and all the functions we learn, like transpose, inverse of x, inverse of a, and just finding the trace of b. We're fully able to do that. And like the determinant, one of the most important ones, we can do that also for b. And as you see, we are really comfortable with any sort of calculation in MATLAB if we know how to deal with it, how to approach it using the right tools and functions that we learn. I hope you learned a lot throughout this course, and don't forget to practice, because that's what really matters and will make you a proficient MATLAB programmer at the end. As we progress throughout the course, we get closer and closer to programming parts where we need to use all the things we learned here to make functional programs. Thank you very much and see you in next chapter.